How's it going? Today I want to talk about my experience using my new Iron Star Anamorphic lenses by Sirui. As you can see right here, I have it rigged out on my FX3. This isn't going to be a too technical video going into all of the nitty-gritty of the specs. Kind of more my first impressions, my initial thoughts, some things that I liked and did not like about these lenses, and how I'm going to fit it into my workflow going forward. These are my first set of anamorphic lenses. I have the 45 and the 60 millimeter. They are a 95 outer diameter and a 92 inner filter thread, which has posed some challenges for me to use it to its fullest potential. I want to talk about a hack I use to fit my matte box on this, because my current matte box only goes to an 87 inner diameter filter thread. It is a clamp-on system, clamping onto the inner diameter. So that has posed some challenges for me. And when I initially got these set of lenses, I kind of was not able to utilize the full potential of the lenses, not being able to use my V&D systems or my V&D filters, right? What I like about these lenses, it's a good look. I'm sure if you've clicked on any other review on YouTube, people will tell you they have character, but they're clean. I feel like the 1.5 times squeeze is kind of the sweet spot for these mirrorless cameras at the moment that do not have open gate. And I like the look, I really do. I tested it a little bit. I brought it out to the fireworks show for the 4th of July. Got some really nice images out of that. You know, the FX3 is a capable camera in low light, so it was a good pairing. Got some nice images. Got to play around with my manual focusing. You know, I don't have a focus puller or any sort of electronic focus pulling system at the moment. Really, I'm kind of just gathering how to use these lenses handheld. Has been a challenge. Luckily, like, you use an external monitor, you can de-squeeze the image. You have the focus assisting settings on the monitor to help with the focus pulling. I quite enjoyed it. I feel like it feels nice. I feel like the focus pulling on these cameras are good. You know, I don't have too much to compare it to, but they feel great. They don't feel too sensitive, but they don't feel too tight. And that's kind of like a good area to be when I'm doing this handheld, right? I think in the future I am going to invest in at least some sort of either manual or electronic focus pulling system. It does feel a little awkward. I haven't fully got the muscle memory to determine which way to pull focus, counterclockwise or clockwise. So I think as time goes by, that will be something that will fix itself, and I'll be able to accurately determine the depth of field that I need when I'm manually pulling focus. I brought this up earlier, but this is a 95 millimeter outer diameter and a 92 thread inner diameter for the filter threads. This has posed a challenge for putting on my matte box, which I said is a clamp-on system. I do have a lot of options for some sort of V&D system for using these lenses. However, nobody really makes a 92 millimeter filter thread that was either reasonably priced or was going to work in my workflow. The route that I chose to take was 3D printing. I reached out on my story, asked if anybody was familiar with 3D printing, and I had somebody custom make me a step-down ring that goes from a 92 millimeter down to an 87, I believe. This allows me to clamp on my matte box to the lens with minimal vignetting. There is a little bit of vignetting, although I did not find it too distracting. In post, you can kind of crop in and kind of, so you know, you don't lose that much field of view. This is kind of the solution that was most enticing to me. It was cost efficient, it saved time, and I didn't have to break the bank on these expensive solutions to my problem, right? I don't have a lot of use for anamorphic in my day-to-day workflow, but I had a good deal on these lenses. I wanted to secure them. I wanted to use them more creatively for my personal projects, or projects down the line that require that anamorphic look. These lenses are just something that I want to use to help me create the images and the feeling that I am going for. Like I said, I want to be telling stories. I want to be more narrative driven for some of the projects that I'm doing. And the anamorphic look is something that I enjoy. The things I'm not too excited about with these lenses are the pincushion distortion. It's not too noticeable when you are outside and there's not a lot of leading lines, but I find when I'm inside in a more claustrophobic environment, the pincushion distortion is something that I don't love. Now again, this is something that you could fix in post, and many people have talked about this, but it wasn't really something I was thinking about when, like I said, when I'm outside and I'm in wide open environments, there's not as many leading lines, but it is a little distracting when I'm inside using these lenses. Is it the worst? No. Do I still like the image? I do. I still do like the image. Would I prefer the images to something, say, like the Blazars? That, I do think barrel distortion is more pleasing to the eye. So down the line, like, I might get the Blazar Remuses or the Vipers or the Mantis. But I've been really enjoying the look on these lenses. It's all about personal preference, and for the deal that I got for 2 of these lenses, I can't really complain. I would like a little more character in these, but I think these are like a very safe option for mixing with client work. Like I said, I haven't had the opportunity to use these lenses in a lot of my client work, but I'm thinking about doing some music videos and some more interview narrative style work. So I think these would be a good fit for those, for a more cinematic feel, for a different look. My main reason for getting into anamorphics is for carving out a more signature look for my brand and for myself. Getting into the narrative work, this is only going to be a plus for me to differentiate myself from other filmmakers in the area that are not using anamorphics, or just, my editing style. I think for my kind of fly-on-the-wall docu-style things that I want to be doing, these are a great fit for me for now. Will I upgrade eventually? Possibly. I think that's definitely in the cards. With the rumors of the FX5 being open gate and all of these other features, I was on the fence about possibly upgrading, but the promise of open gate on an E-mount system is something that's very enticing to me for the price range. We'll see what it is going to end up being. Maybe I get the FX6. I think OpenGate might be a good fix for my anamorphic journey that I'm going to be taking here. We'll just kind of have to wait and see what that camera looks like and if it's worth the upgrade. I do have a project coming up that I might be able to use these lenses for. We've talked with the creative that's hiring us for this project, and they're definitely open to the anamorphic look, and we'll wait and see. Hopefully I can kind of show you what that looks like. If not, I will continue to create as much as I can with these lenses, and maybe give like a follow-up on how my solutions are for my V&D system and just the overall experience I'm having with these lenses. I hope this kind of gave a little insight on my solutions for the issues that I was having with these lenses, and maybe this helps somebody else. If you are interested in buying these custom-made 3D prints for these filter threads or these step downs, let me know. I can put you in contact with my buddy that is making these at the moment, and hopefully I can help somebody else that's having the same problems as me. That being said, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I really do appreciate anybody that listens to this and watches these videos, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.